Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, and today I have for you a exciting 1 versus 1 on Angoville. Yes, indeed, it is an Angovillian match, and of course, Angoville sort of nicely segmented into two halves. One rather open, much more open, which is much more favorable to the Wehrmacht, since there's not a lot. Then they can sort of creep up on their defenses, on their MG42s, their PaK-38s, their Volksgrenadieren, and all that. The East, with its much more dense, the more buildings, the lots more barrage, of course, means much more things blocking the line of fire. It tends to be a bit more favorable towards the Americans and other things that like to creep up and you close up and then unleash a hailstorm of fire. Or grenades, for that matter. So, of course, those create a sort of interesting scenarios, and of course Angoville matches can be a bit tiresome, but at the same time they can be pretty exciting. It all comes down to a series of different things. So of course hopefully we'll be having an interesting match, and I watched it and I certainly thought that actually had some merit. So who will be fighting? That is of course a good question. Well, in the northern half we are seeing Rougular. I have absolutely no idea who he is. I tried looking up the name on the leaderboard, but there was absolutely nothing. Opposing him is Hvang BB 362 55 FB. No idea what that is, and I couldn't find him either on the leaderboard. But considering the match I saw, I thought they were actually pretty decent. I mean, they both had some good ideas, so I'd probably guess around 11 or 12, possibly 10, but that might be a bit crude nonetheless. Though, fighting here for the 91st Luftlande Division, opposing them is the 31st Infantry Division, and let us get right down to it. I'm a bit short on time today, so my apologies. And those things can be a bit difficult at times due to university and all that, but still got this in the mail today and I thought it actually was pretty good. Some new fresh blood which we haven't seen at all. Yeah, not the sort of thing going, alright, I'm ready for a novice fight, Mr. Dane, which is of course also right, but you know, every day can't be novice Monday. Nonetheless, Wehrmacht quarters going up, although first pioneer team actually heading eastwards right away. Barracks up, only one engineer start. This is then again the more aggressive type, the one where we really want a lot of riflemen on the field to really give the Hun, Jerry, the Kraut a kick in his ass. So already a bit more of a, well, a bolder maneuver. That's something more seasoned players do. The ones that already have a sort of idea of what to do, they usually go for the one barrack start and then lots of riflemen. And there we go, we'll probably, yes indeed, second rifleman team. Engineers heading for the fuel on the other hand, right here. Not quite as keen on the east. And the rifleman apparently then heading east. Of course, one of the problems with Rougular's start for the 31st Infantry Division is sort of, again, he won't really be able to seize as much territory in the beginning. He's rather hoping that the first infantry team and the second one will be able to really deliver much more of a punch right away, and thus giving him the advantage through force. And first Volksgrenadier team of the 91st Luftlande Division ready. Of course, the 91st Luftlande Division was previously an air glider division, but after Crete, which went rather badly for the Germans, which rather led to their Führer saying that no more large-scale airborne operations were to be done by the German forces, the Luftlande Division was rather turned into a regular infantry division and then placed somewhere on the coasts of Normandy, where it rather languished away. Engineers and pioneers fighting off here in the west, riflemen continuing through here, connecting up the fuel with the American base, while American other infantry are heading eastwards, and a second Volksgrenadier team up for Hvang of the 91st. We'll just call him Hauptmann H. Not much point in having a German commander, and then he's called Hvang. Doesn't sound awfully German, I have to say. Our pioneers and engineers fighting away here, and there we go. First engagement, riflemen facing off against two Volksgrenadier teams, and again Volksgrenadiers rather work best in pairs or larger forces. And start being a little more picky about games you choose to cast. Well, I can't again. I have to make do with what I have. That's rather the magic of being the Propagandacast. I have to work with what I have. I can't magic up once, as I rather recently have been telling. So knock that off. Otherwise, start sending in your own game, Samarkand. I know you can, but apparently you're not doing so. So get your ass into movement. But Volksgren is hunting down the rifleman again. Just before I was interrupted by Samarkand. Of course, he wasn't quite aware that I was casting. Perhaps he was. Cheeky sod. But again, Volksgrenadiers work better in pairs or in unison with something else. They're not support infantry, as we've seen someone claim they're not so much that, but they are more group infantry, they're synergy infantry. They need to work with something else, otherwise they're pretty weak. But on the other hand, just another Volkswagen team, and they actually become pretty powerful. Throw in an MG42 onto that combination, or a bike, or a sniper, and again they become much stronger. But again, they're sort of more combined arms infantry. Further, Volkswagen is seizing a bit of territory here, and then apparently, yes indeed, letting the Pioneers finish the job. A bit of good movement there, going in for the points, trying to cut off, doing a bit of harassment with this Volkswagen. This is a pretty aggressive Wehrmacht player, 3 infantry teams right from the start. This is rarer, I definitely have to say, although Rougular is definitely not letting up. Of course, he's already cut down one Pioneer team here in the east and is doing his own harassment. One Volkswagen team on the retreat, having been caught out in the open. Other team, they're a bit of separate now, and of course the Americans will be able to get the advantage right there. Some pulling back, but now 2 infantry teams moving in on that Volkswagen team right here on its own. And a 4th Volkswagen team. I'd say that's definitely getting very close to an entire Volkswagen platoon on the field. That's certainly a bit rarer, quite rare in fact, that you see 4 Volkswagen teams off the bat. No MG42s, no bikes. Last time I saw that was with chains, and he used the 4 barracks, but no, this is a Wehrmacht quarters. So quite aggressive from Hvang, or Hauptmann H. Really pushing onwards with the infantry. Further Volkswagen is arriving, opening up on the riflemen. The riflemen coming self under quite a bit of fire now of another team of Volkswagen, but the riflemen are charging in. The Volkswagen are not in cover, interesting enough. There's been absolutely no attempt by Hvang to lay down some barbed wire or sandbags to take some defensive positions, and these Volkswagen need to retreat. They're getting absolutely torn apart out in the open again. Running around there is generally a bad idea, but now the riflemen are getting chewed up by the other Volkswagen, having to get close. One team of riflemen cut down, but the riflemen forced the Volkswagen away, but still, that was definitely to the advantage of Hvang, the 91st Luftlande Division. Now for other Volkswagen hiding in there, fighting off against riflemen. Riflemen not looking too good as well. Riflemen continuing the hunt for the crowd. Further riflemen on the way to replace the ones lost. I mean, this is rather a heavy infantry skirmish, a fight of which I've rarely seen, in fact. And these Volkswagen are caught out in the building, not looking too good. Engineers continue running behind the line. Volkswagen need, oh dear, they will die. Yes, indeed, cut off from retreating. Good movement there by Rougular, but now a large Volkswagen force is moving in. And that certainly equalized things. 1 Volkswagen team down, 1 rifleman team down. So good move there, I'd say. And there we are, laying down some sandbags, but of course taking some losses, because again, doing it out in the open means of course you're an easier target and you take more damage while doing such actions. But still rather aggressive. Volkswagen is now behind sandbags, of course. Riflemen not able to really fire back in larger numbers. And of course they have to get out and get shot down. Good move there, heavy losses for the Americans, although the Wehrmacht did suffer a bit. Bit engagement in the east. Oh, no, west. Oh dear, the Pioneers need to retreat. And then Luftlande is without Pioneers. Then get some fresh ones. And Volkswagen is seizing territory. Riflemen moving in. Albeit very, very few riflemen getting grenades. My goodness, Rougular. Of course, this is a bit more of the rarer situation. Still, that both go heavy on infantry. But still, getting grenades when your opponent is going so heavily on infantry is definitely a good idea. In particular now where they're sort of... No... It looks like, again, Hvang might have sort of suspected, yes indeed, when you're sort of hanging about right beyond the bocage. Oh dear, they still do terrible damage to the Volkswagen. Only 2 men are left. They could get gunned down. 1 down. And cut down. Hvang once more turned the tide. Rougular needs to be a bit more careful with his infantry, and he needed to have retreated those a lot earlier. And again, don't loiter about on the other side of the bocage. And that usually tends to give away that you're going to throw a grenade, because again, grenades can fly over things, because you know they're thrown. That means parabolic arc. More grenades getting lobbed, and right at the door, damages the Volkswagen a bit, but does nothing more. Further Volkswagen is arriving.
Losing ground out there.
Pioneers hanging about, clearly unsure what to do. Another grenade might get lobbed very soon by Rougular's infantry, who are fighting off against the Volkswagen. Others leaving, riflemen moving in, trying to ensure that the strategic point is currently in the hands. And rather currently, things are not looking too good for the 91st Luftlande Division, despite the heavy infantry presence. They have been forced away, because again, the American was able to really push on much harder against the 91st Luftlande Volksgrenadieren, who were a bit too happy about running around in the open, not ensuring not enough sandbags and barbed wire. But again, things might change. But now this area is secure, but they really need to get moving. They need to get aggressive and seize territory very soon, very possibly fast as humanely possible. And Browning automatics on the way, automatic rifles. attempt at mine, but no such luck. Instead, we're just seeing flamethrowers on the engineers. Volksgrenadiers opening up, firing away. Further riflemen arriving. Veterancy 1 already, and yes, indeed, grenades tends to be a pretty good way to get some veterans because you can usually get a lot of kills that way. And Volksgrenadiers run into the building. Barbed wire being laid down so the riflemen can't sneak in through there. Grenade lob. Volksgrenadiers getting out. Good dodge right there. Further Volksgrenadiers moving about. Riflemen moving southwards, and looks like this victory point is apparently getting ignored by Rougular. Volksgrenadiers in the east pushing onwards. And we are seeing a bunker down, and of course that's not completely unusual to imagine, you know, when he has that much Volksgrenadiers, he's probably going for a medic bunker to sort of capitalize fully on all the infantry he has. Interesting enough, we've seen absolutely no attempt at that from Rougular. I mean, a medic station could be good. Volksgrenadiers getting out again, although 2 are killed by the blast this time around. Pushing in here, Rougular constantly keeping up the pressure. Good move here, and riflemen are currently very powerful. Grenades, Browning automatic rifles, plus a bit of veterancy for some of them. Of course, it's going to hurt a bit in the manpower department, but still, he's able to really do quite a bit of damage now, hiding in the building. Volksgrenadiers moving in. No real cover for them, though. Riflemen firing away, though, standing out in the open, hoping to cut off this point, and there we go. They need to retreat, though. Retreat, Rougular, and a grenade at the Volksgrenadiers, but it is too short. Instead, doing absolutely nothing. Bunker probably getting upgraded as we speak. Engineers and with flamethrowers and more riflemen moving in, we'll probably see more grenades. Volksgrenadiers pulling away from the medic bunker. There we go. It isn't medic bunker, just as I said it was. I'm a magician. No, I'm not. Medics pulling in the wounded Volksgrenadiers, and Grenadiers now moving in. The 91st Luftlande Division sending in its more experienced troops, but they are immediately suppressed by all the automatic fire. Grenades getting lobbed at the riflemen. Stahlgranaten killing 2 outright. Absolute pandemonium, chaos, people dying, screaming, burning. Oh dearie me. And pioneers with their own flamethrowers. Another rifleman catches on fire. Medics dead. Everybody is dead or dying or screaming or burning or something else. Some other adjective. And there we go. A fight there and a victory of some proportion to the 91st being able to fight around the medic bunker, and of course caused quite some grief to the American forces, but still not without some losses to the 91st. In fact, it's time to go have a look at them. How did they do? Well, they've certainly been forced to pay a bit of a manpower as well, and currently 5 infantry teams and a pioneer team, which I actually believe puts them about the same amount of upkeep as the Americans. No, the American currently actually is paying less upkeep. That's a bit of a, well, rarity actually. Volksgrenadiers pulling back towards the pickup truck. Grenadiers moving in. Perhaps hoping to grenade. And we have seen the defensive doctrine, of course. That's going to be a bit helpful to allow him to reinforce from the medic bunker and such. And once more going for the strategic cutoff point. The 91st Luftlande Division clearly not being inexperienced in the art of harassment. Good move there. Although again, sandbags, barbed wire, all that could really make it easier to defend. Riflemen moving in. There we go. Actually attempting to put down some barbed wire, but no such luck. Volksgrenadiers pulling back. Riflemen getting close. Probably going to see some grenades. No, they are retreating. So are the engineers. No, nothing else. Although a triage center, this is good. And a supply yard. Good, good. Although a medic station would also be nice. And some other bits. The Germans are securing as much territory as possible. Medics getting ready once more. And there we go. German forces advancing against the Riflemen Veterancy 1. My goodness. And pulling away back towards the medic bunker, clearly not feeling ready for the fight. Pioneers seizing territories where they can, and further pioneers arriving. And looks like they are counter-attacking, but standing out in the open against automatic weapons fire. I mean, yes, there are a lot of troops, but even then, 6 riflemen in a building with BARs will still be able to do some damage. Engineers moving in from the flank with flamethrowers forcing him further out in the open. Sneaky that. A better attempt would probably actually been to try and lay down some sandbags, even out in the open, rather than just stand out. In fact, getting suppressed now to the veteran riflemen, more accurate, and thus being able to easier suppress the Volksgrenadiers, who are now forced to pull back. Engineers with flamethrowers also advance. In fact, some Volksgrenadiers are getting pinned down by BAR fire. My goodness. Several catching on fire, several dying. Medics will have to move and pick up the wounded. There we go. Quite a bit of damage to all sides, although the Americans currently being able to slowly turn things around, but for how long will that last, I do not know. Medics pulling in the wounded, which of course can mean a grenadier team very, very soon. Riflemen hanging about in the open, taking heavy losses, need to retreat. There we go. Rifleman team with Veterancy 2 now. Very sneaky that, very aggressive. And having attempted to get close, they are forced away by the sheer volume of fire being directed against them. Grenadiers ready as well. Further grenadiers, absolutely no anti-tank assets, but then again, Hvang is being incredibly aggressive, really pushing on with the infantry, which is rather forcing Mr. Rougular to really sort of counter with more infantry or something else, which is keeping him a bit away from armor. Then again, it's not completely stopping Rougular, who's in fact going for a tank depot. And one would certainly have to imagine that even that Hvang must be expecting to some degree. Kampfkraft center up though, and we are seeing infantry veterans. One, of course, when you have that much infantry, you bloody well might as well get some more veterans, some veterancy for them. And of course, even veterans 1 heals a bit. Grenades getting knocked at the grenadiers, but the riflemen are a bit out in the open. Again, being out in the open tends to be a bad idea. Riflemen charging across home terrain against getting shot down. Trying to get within grenade range, I wager. There we go, one grenade. Off at the grenadiers. Riflemen need to get out. More grenadiers. Heavy losses for the grenadiers. Two teams badly mauled. Riflemen also doing a bit of work here in the west. Really surrounding them. Riflemen with Veterancy 2 pushing on. 22 kills already. Absolutely insane. Medics moving in and getting gunned down. Everybody's dying again. My goodness. Riflemen moving in from the north. The remnants of the tattered 91st forces are currently in the center. I'd certainly say that's probably close to an entire platoon. Riflemen moving in from the west again, attempting to put down sandbags out there, but it's not going well. They got gunned down. And further grenadiers getting ready again, counter-attacking the riflemen, who are now forced to retreat again. Still no medic station up from Rougular, which could have been nice. And again, attacking Rougular simply does not give up, no matter how many he loses. And no matter how many that return to the ranks of the 91st Luftlande Division, getting more grenadiers, getting more everything. I do believe we are seeing a bit of quiet in the fight. So let's speed things up again, just for the hell of it. And looks like a harassment attempt right there. Again, good move. In the meanwhile, American infantry moving towards the east, doing their own harassment, but coming under fire from the Volksgrenadiers. And another grenadier team reformed. 4 grenadier teams, 4 Volksgrenadier teams. Absolutely insane. Of course, that is partly due to Rougular actually trying to fight a bit too much up near the medic bunker, and that's generally not something you quite want to do. But it's a bit too late for him to rectify that. Grenades flown. Grenadiers getting shot up. Saw the Volksgrenadiers. Medic bunker could be a bit exposed. Fighting here as well. Further riflemen advancing, several with Veterancy grenades. The Veterancy 2 moving in, getting ready to lob some grenades. Grenadiers pulling back because they're quite aware, yes indeed we will be grenaded. And for the fatherland goes up. Glorious German propaganda extolling the virtues of holding the line. Volksgrenadier team is down. Grenades. Grenadiers getting grenaded, taking heavy losses. Riflemen advancing. And also taking losses, being forced away. Past the Grenadiers, and Volksgrenadiers now getting Veterancy 2. My goodness, it just keeps on going. The madness, and the tank depot is flaring up, meaning something armored is on the way. Another Grenadier team gets ready to compensate for that Volksgrenadier team lost. Absolutely insane amount of firepower that the 91st Luftlande Division is able to really level against the American, who despite having BARs will probably get outgunned quite simply. And now he's in fact turning things around again with all the infantry he's possessing. Of course, he's going to pay a bit for, you know, reinforcing and all that, but still he's doing pretty well. Another bunker going up and something armored on the way. It's a crocodile. That's certainly one of the more rare things to see. Again, I'm a bit iffy about it alongside the flamethrower half-track, although I think the flamethrower half-track is actually a bit better, but still, flamethrowers, we'll have to see how that goes. And a Panzerschreck on the way, probably figuring that he can't be hoping against no armor all the time. And there we go. Of course, elite armor makes you more susceptible to fire, in fact. Takes you more damage and easier to hit. But no, the crocodile does not focus down the Panzerschreck team. That was a bit unfortunate there. German infantry getting awfully clumped up, getting squished beneath the treads. Oh no, they thought they saw candy beneath the treads. Absolutely horrific. Engineers with flamethrowers moving in against the medic bunker, and the crocodile keeps crushing beneath the treads. And engineers getting shot up by the Volksgrenadiers and grenadiers. Flamethrower tank just burning away. 9 kills already. Almost of those have been crushed beneath the treads. Again, crushing the entire grenadier team. That was absolutely nasty. The Sherman being quite a nasty bugger. Will he move towards these and help out there, or will he be doing nothing? I would certainly suggest he does that. Grenades getting flung at the Volksgrenadiers. 3 down. Sherman not moving about, just standing there instead of helping its comrades in the east. Engineers getting shot up. Pioneers were apparently lost. Volksgrenadiers taking heavy losses from the riflemen, who are now veterans free. Absolutely insane. And another grenade, another Panzerschreck. Grenade doesn't do much though, and this Sherman's either needs to get doing something or needs to get back in for repairs. But something needs to happen. Riflemen advancing. Riflemen here in the east as well, getting ready. Another Veterans 3 team. Absolutely insane. Rougular already has several Veterans 3 teams. BARs blazing. From north, riflemen moving in. Could be another grenade going off into this huge clump of grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers, which of course is the thing you have to be careful with when your opponent has grenades. Looks like the Sherman will be getting repaired there. Good, good. 5 command points. Apparently Mr. Hvang of the 91st Luftlande Division doesn't really feel like getting anything else beyond for the fatherland and the ability to repair near his reinforced near his bunkers. That seems a bit of a miss.
We're losing a sector.
Riflemen advancing upwards. Still no attempt at a medic station by Rougular. I can't help but find that a bit sad. Counterattack against the riflemen inside the building, coming under fire. Need to be careful, but riflemen with Veterans 3 are counterattacking. Volksgrenadiers going down to the Veterans 3 riflemen, and Veterans 3 riflemen are tough. They take less damage, they do more damage in fact. Plus they're quite accurate and are actually somewhat harder to hit. But riflemen again, simply the sheer volume of firepower being directed against them by all these grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers is simply tearing through them. Rifleman in here needs to get away. Flamethrower tank moving through. Rifleman forced retreat, another Panzerschreck ready. What will the crocodile do? It will get away from the Panzerschrecks. And the West Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers running away. A Pack 38 is ready. Something a bit more solid to stop that crocodile. Will it be enough? And of course it's a slightly sad thing. It's not been getting enough support. Sherman though getting quite damaged. Rifleman charging across the Pack 38. Might be clearing it up. Pioneers moving in to rescue. But no such luck. The Pack 38 is gone. And the Sherman almost gone as well. Trying perhaps to crush some infantry. Will it succeed? Yes, indeed. Despite being gravely wounded, the crocodile keeps trying. And a final Panzerschreck shot, though, puts it out of its misery. Ending its reign of terror against German infantry. Which probably could have ended had there been any slightly piece of armor amongst the Germans. I do believe it's time to return to Rougular. As for the mid-game analysis, well, it's continually mostly an infantry fight. Quite a bit of infantry. Heavy losses on both sides, but really this things that seems to be winning for currently is sort of, well, again, the 91st, because again, medic bunker, no medic station for the Americans. Who has 5 infantry teams, though, including 2 Veterans 3. That's actually quite helpful, though. A few engineers and all that, but he's interestingly enough not chosen a doctrine. It's 22 minutes into the game, and of course because all of these killed, he could probably be getting a Pershing now if he decided to, but for some reason he's not. Rifleman Veterans 3 hunting down the Volksgrenadiers. Grenades going off. Volksgrenadier team absolutely massacred. German infantry pushing onwards. Riflemen moving in. With all those kills they have done against the Germans. Seizing territory in the west. Panzerschrecks flying. Volksgrenadiers dying. And now firing up against this engineer in the building, but no such luck. The engineers vacate the premises. And another crocodile tank. I'd say that seems a bit odd. Though not as odd as having all those command points and not getting something like a Pershing. Pack 38 recruit. Apparently Rougular is expecting perhaps some armor from the Germans, or is just wanting to deny it to the Germans. That's certainly also possible. Instead, though, it's getting hunted down by the Grenadiers with all their panzer checks. One gunner down, 2 to go. And there we go, absolutely cleared out. Crocodile advancing, getting the dozer blades. Very interesting. Which means it can in fact crush through Bocage with the dozer down. Panzer checks flying. Ignoring that, perhaps going straight for the medic bunker. Rifleman getting reinforced. Supply at upgrade, about time. Though still again a medic bunker would also be nice. And there we go, dozer blades, bulldozer blades. There we go. Rifleman facing off against Veterancy 3 Volksgrenadiers. The 91st Luftlande Division really pushing all of its resources into gaining the best infantry possible. My goodness. Panzer Schrecks, Veterancy 3 infantry, that's only going to make them tougher. And Crocodile moves in and begins burning the bunker, but apparently doesn't seem to have much luck in doing any damage. Looks a bit silly actually. But Grenadiers are moving in, Riflemen as well. Opening up on the Grenadiers. Grenades getting lobbed at them. Panzer Schreck knocks out another one. Immediately suppressing them though. And grenades could be lobbed at them in fact. For the Fatherland goes up. And will we be seeing a grenade? No, we will be seeing grenades at the Americans. Not doing anything really though. Sherman moves forwards, getting ready to burn the Krauts. Engineers with flamethrowers also joining in the fun. And immediately beginning to scorch the German infantry quite viciously. And demolition charges ready actually, quite interesting. And now just beginning to crush the Germans beneath its treads. The dozer blades and everything else it can crush with. If not just burning them outright, turning them into crispy krauts. Further Grenadiers arriving though. But the Crocodile just needs to focus on the ones with the Panzer Schrecks. Only one Panzer Schreck team left, but even they can just need one shot, and that Crocodile will be ablaze. And there we go. The flamethrower tank is on fire. And now 10 command points, but still not doing anything. Rougular, come on. I know you can do it. Rifleman getting ready. Still no team lost though. Quite fortunate. A bit darker and grimmer for Mr. Hvang of the 91st, who has been suffering some losses amongst the Volksgrenadiers. Having only some Grenadiers left now on one Volksgrenadier team. Riflemen getting ready. Those are the two Veterancy 3 Rifleman teams. An absolutely nasty force.
We are losing contact with one of our sectors.
Riflemen on the run from several Grenadiers advancing, running across the open fields. And in the west, Riflemen and Volksgrenadiers face off. The Volksgrenadiers though getting shot up. Veterancy 2 for these Riflemen. Whatever could they have planned? 11 command points. Come on, Rougular. Choose something, damn you.
Armored company on fast deployment.
And there we go. He has gone for armored company. Calling upon some Pershing tanks. Defensive machine guns on the buildings, running away at the Riflemen, not doing an awful lot. Moving through here. And catching this Pack 38 on its own. A bit unfortunate that. And now the Grenadiers are out in the open. Could end up badly, but also end up badly for the Riflemen. Getting very close to being able to call in the Pershing. Will there be grenades? Will there be grenades though? The very important question. The Grenadiers are charging into the Riflemen with the BARs. And a Grenadier team is lost, my goodness. Not looking too good for the Wehrmacht at this stage. Losing a bit too much infantry, I feel. More than the medic bunkers can actually replenish. Further Riflemen facing off against the Grenadiers. Volksgrenadiers still around though. 20 kills and on one Grenadier team, but not really managing some of the heavier kills for the Americans. Another grenade could really do some damage here, and we will be seeing one. Oh dear, a bit too low. Did not land amongst the larger force of Grenadiers. That was a bit unfortunate. And Grenadiers seizing territory where they can. Pioneers joining in the fun as well. Pershing very close to getting called in.
We have territory out of supply.
And Pershing. There we go. And M26 Pershing, that's going to be quite a headache for the 91st Luftlande Division. Who doesn't even have a Flak 88, which could help against it, but no. The Pershing is on the prowl. And it has centered crouch. And there we go, Volksgrenadiers right in front of it. One down already. Riflemen, Veterans free, need to retreat. Don't move them in. Oh, that was close. Now the Grenadiers, though, are prey to the Pershing. Hunting with a purpose. Not a porpoise, but a purpose. Coming under Panzer fire from the Grenadiers. And the Pershing misses, quite tragically enough. We'll be seeing another shot there. God damn it, Pershing, learn to aim. Riflemen hanging about there, seizing territory again for Uncle Sam. Other riflemen reinforcing. An upgrade for the supply, it could be helpful. And there we go, one hit, 3 Grenadiers down. Pershing, though, taking a few shots, but still doing some damage.
Mechanized has their
Pack 38 on the way. Allied war machine up. Pershing moves about a bit, not entirely sure what it wants to do. They'll probably not get hit by Panzer X is a good suggestion. 4 Grenadiers down in one hit, increasing the speed of the Pershing as it gains Veterans 1. Pack 38 begins opening up. Recruit by Volksgrenadiers. Of course, you can just move through behind it. Using the Bokash, of course, just... Yes, there we go. Flank it rather easily. 1 gunner down. 2 to go. Grenadiers moving in for the hunt. But will it be enough? And Riflemen moving in to support. 1 hits the rear, though. And a good hit right there, killing 1 Grenadier. And it is returned to Hvang, who is having a bit of a problem dealing with. Still no Flak 88s attempted to put a stop to this. Instead, we're seeing... What are we seeing? We're seeing Pioneers and support Veterancy. Curiously enough, apparently he's hoping for the Panzer X to really do the most of the fighting here. Pershing, though, cares not, opens up, killing 2 Grenadiers outright. A bit out in the open is a bad spot to be against the Pershing. Veterancy, all the Veterancy won't really do much against it, in particular not the elite armor, which only affects small arms fire, not tank fire. Veterancy 2 for the Pershing, increasing penetration. Pack opening up on the rear, though. Grenadiers moving in. Riflemen getting shot apart as well. Pershing protecting the front to the pack, that's good. Grenadiers, though, getting suppressed, not looking too good, and the Pershing, though, needs repairs on its own. Grenadiers continue to fire away. Pershing almost down. Repairs. Oh, pull it back, Rougular. Pull it back, please. No, he continues. Apparently just losing it on purpose. Not on purpose. And out of control. That was quite sad. Riflemen hunting down the Grenadiers. And that was a very nasty blow to Rougular. The Rougular is still pushing onward, seizing as much as he can. And the western part of the map, and the Bokashi in particular, has certainly been torn up. Riflemen charging through. Flamethrower engineers could be trying to lay down some demo charges right there in the medic bunker. That would be a nice attempt, but now they're getting surrounded, though. Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers on all sides, but they themselves are getting shot up. Veterancy 3 and 2 infantry. Pack 38 getting cleared out by other Veterancy 3 infantry. No grenades by the Americans. Grenadier team cut down. Panzer Trek stolen. Oh no. And there we go, opening up on the bunker, firing a nice little shot there before leaving. Another pack standing about. Riflemen Veterancy 3 need to get away. And yes, indeed, a second Pershing has arrived. So that's certainly going to still present a problem to Hvang, who still is lacking in Flak 88 or anything else that can really put a dent into it swiftly enough to really present a problem. And now the Pioneers out in the open. 1 down. Riflemen advancing, though not fully reinforced, though. Not fully reinforced. Oh dear, get those 2 riflemen back. I mean, 53 kills, that's definitely a platoon, I'd say. But get those back. and reinforce them properly. Point still not retaken though. That's a bit sad. Good. And just moving out infantry without fully reinforcing them. Medics shot up. Grenadiers retreat. No, that was a grenadier. Those I had to keep track of. And now the German infantry is without any weapons to stop the Pershing. And could end up getting crushed. Yes, there we go. Squish, squish. Riflemen charging through in the west. Still not fully reinforced though.
They're losing territory.
And apparently just keeping the Pershing occupied for some reason. Medic bunker almost down. Finally though. And now the riflemen are moving eastwards. Bunker down. Grenadiers hiding up in the building here. False grenades, easy targets. Pershing fires. Engineers. Some grenades from the riflemen. Perhaps to clear out the grenadiers. Or just panzer checks. Who knows? And the riflemen need to get away. Retreat. No, the veterans E3 riflemen were lost. Quite tragic. Quite sad. Though seemingly the grenadiers are suffering losses still. Very still.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Victory points need to be seized. A bit of a fight this is. Very infantry heavy still. Pershing opening up. Missing though. And these three riflemen need to get away. Grenade though lobbed at the grenadiers. Oh dear. Another grenadier team is lost and there's absolutely no way to really replenish them. Another grenadier team down to 3 infantry teams, having gone up from so much.
Our forward supply lines are broken.
Well, that's one. Apparently these are friends playing together before.
Supply lines are broken.
But good move right there. Not looking too good for Hvang.
Has been cut off.
Apparently he seems a bit stunned at what happened. Apparently not expecting to be outdone by his student, it would seem.
Grenadiers, pay attention.
No, not clearly well at English, but nonetheless. Fun way to end it off on, and nice politeness, of course. But the Pershing certainly was a great choice in this type of fight. And I don't think there's much else to say.
They defended the fatherland until death.
Pack cleared out, and Grenadiers trying to charge the Pershing. And there we go, game over. The 91st Luftlande Division was sawn off by the 31st Infantry Division, seen off. Quite a devastating fight despite very aggressive play from the 91st. Lots of infantry, bunker and all that. Certainly a bit of the rarer sides, but certainly fun to note. So there you go. And of course, one thing of course remember, though, you can't just spam infantry. You need something that can handle the other things later on. And you can't just, again, not relying on panzer checks either. That was a bit of his problem. I mean, he had a great advantage. He perhaps could even have gone towards some armor or laid down some barbed wire sandbags. That was some of his main problems, though. Too much infantry and too much little thing else. I mean, infantry is great, but you need something to keep it supported, to keep it going, and that was the problem he really lacked. And Rougular, despite rather falling into the same category, did get some Shermans. He did get the Pershing, and now apparently a Calliope, though he probably also shouldn't have gotten a medic station himself. Though then again, don't fight against near a medic bunker. And of course, medic bunkers are great when you have lots of infantry. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, want to subscribe.